The story begins with Enzo Ferrari. Born in 1898, his passion for cars was all-consuming. After fighting in the Great War, he raced Alfa Romeos before setting up his own race team and building road cars to fund his racing. Ferrari started out in Modena, but when his first factory there was bombed in the Second World War, he moved half an hour south to here in Maranello, and the team has been here ever since. But where does the red come from? Well, Ferraris carry Italy's national racing colour of red, but onto the side and the nose, Enzo added the yellow shield of Modena, and onto that, the emblem of his hero, World War I Italian flying ace Francesco Baracca, a black prancing horse. Enzo Ferrari was a self-styled agitator of men, but he loved racing drivers. He even wrote a book about them. Sure, drivers like Mike Hawthorn, Phil Hill and John Surtees all won world championships for the old man in the 50s and 60s, but they weren't his favourites in the way that people like Alberto Ascari, Tazio Nuvolari and in modern times, Gilles Villeneuve were. Many Ferrari drivers were killed in accidents, but nothing affected Enzo like the death of his son Dino from muscular dystrophy in 1956. Enzo was beset with grief and was famously seldom seen without his trademark dark glasses ever since. Into the 1970s, Ferrari tasted success with Niki Lauda, Gilles Villeneuve and Carlos Reutemann. The cars were nimble and powerful, and Ferrari was on top of the world. But a downturn was coming after Jody Scheckter's championship in 1979. Don Alberto Bernardoni, the priest here at the San Biagio Church in Maranello, rings the bells every time Ferrari win a Grand Prix. The bells also rang out the day Enzo Ferrari died in August 1988. It truly was the end of an era. Ferrari wouldn't win another Drivers' Championship until this man, finally in 2000, after a 21-year wait, when Michael started a glory run. All around Maranello, and especially here at the Ristorante Montana, Ferrari's unofficial restaurant and canteen, tributes to Michael are everywhere. After Michael, Ferrari's next and last world champion was Kimi Räikkönen in 2007. They also won the Constructors' title in 2008, but since then there have been wins, but no championships. If that's the history, it's true to say that the modern Ferrari are at somewhat of a crossroads, but they'll win again eventually. In the meantime, the myth, the legend, the lure of the red cars remains as strong as ever. As Enzo Ferrari always said, "My favourite Ferrari? It's the one that's yet to be built."
228 pole positions, 237 victories, 767 podiums, 16 constructors, 15 drivers' titles. The most successful brand, as we're saying, team in the history of this sport. Johnny Herbert and Paul di Resta watching this alongside 2,500 fans. It's good to see that they can be part of these celebrations. How close did you ever come to becoming a Ferrari driver, Johnny?
Well, about a week. I did a brilliant test in Monza for Lotus, and I got a call for the Commendatore, as he was known. And I was meant to meet him after my race at Brands Hatch, which ended up with me being in hospital. So it's, you know, with the passion that we all love about Ferrari, but knowing what Enzo had done from the very beginning all the way through his career, to never meet him, it's quite upsetting in many respects, but it was even nice just to get the call.
Was it a brief phone call? What did he say?
It was very brief. Yes,